Second round. Justice De Castro.
Let's go back to the term conception. Yes, which is used in the Constitution.
Conception.
We, the justices, cannot avoid trying to understand what the meaning of this term as used in the Constitution, and how our people could have understood the term when they ratified the Constitution. So I think we should go through that process of trying to understand conception.
Yes, yes.
Now, if we go by the common meaning of conception, would you agree that it connotes the beginning?
The
beginning.
Yes, yes. Conception is the beginning.
All right. So let's look at the union of the sperm and the egg.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're saying that that is when life begins.
Yes, the meeting of the egg and the sperm, Your Honor.
Now, assuming that the woman is healthy and there's nothing wrong with the reproductive organs of a woman, and the egg has already been fertilized, is there anything that will prevent this fertilized egg from developing into a human being, going through the process of development from the time of fertilization?
They say, Your Honor, life is a continuum. So when it starts when life begins and starts to exist at the moment of fertilization in the natural course, if it's allowed to develop, if the fertilized ovum is allowed to develop in the natural course without any interference, Your Honor, then of course it goes through the fallopian tube and then it embeds itself or implants itself in the uterus, where it gets nourished by the mother, Your Honor. And so it will develop into a full term and then will be born alive, Your Honor.
So it will go on its natural course unless there is an external intervention?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, yes.
And when you implant something, do you need to implant life, a living organism, for it to develop, to continue to develop into a human being? If something that is not living is implanted,
in the first place, if it's not living, I don't think it will get implanted, Your Honor. Because, well, insofar as the human, embryology or physiology is concerned, Your Honor, the process of implantation is a very delicate process, Your Honor.
The point is this. Life will only develop if you implant something that is already living in the first place.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, yes.
So implantation cannot be the beginning of life.
It is not the beginning of life.
If you implant something that is dead, there's nothing that you can do to make it develop into a human being.
Yes, Your Honor. In the first place, I don't think it will ever implant. Because if it's non-living, Your Honor, it doesn't get implanted, Your Honor.
Already be life.
Yes, there has to be life.
Yes, I just thought about a seedling that I plant. If the seedling is no longer living or it's already dead, I cannot do anything with it. I water it every day, put fertilizer. It will not live, even if I implant that seedling.
Exactly.
So there must be a living organism or a living thing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Implanted that will grow.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, yes,
fully,
Your Honor. Fully, yes.
Into a tree or into a human being.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that is, I'd like to understand conception in that sense, and I suppose that is the natural and acceptable meaning and common usage of the word conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now let's go to your other point. Is it your position that all contraceptives are abortifacient?
As I said, hormonal contraceptives, Your Honor, because sterilization procedures are also referred to as contraceptives. But as I already explained, they may not be covered by our discussion on Section 12, Article 2.
If a contraceptive will only prevent fertilization, you will not be against that?
No, yes, we will. At least it's not covered under Section 12, Article 2.
But is it possible, medically possible, for us to identify this contraceptive that will only prevent fertilization and nothing else?
No, Your Honor. Medical findings are such that the three mechanisms of action are always present, Your Honor. You cannot separate the three mechanisms of action, which are both contraceptive and abortive, Your Honor.
Will there be a pharmaceutical company that will develop a pill that will only prevent fertilization and nothing else?
If Your Honor, please, the pharmaceutical companies will have to make sure that the contraceptives are completely effective or highly effective. And there's no drug, whether contraceptive or not, that can be guaranteed to be 100% fully effective. And so for contraceptive to achieve the optimum efficacy, then both the contraceptive effect and the abortive effect will have to be there, because the intention is there. I mean, not to be pregnant. So both the contraceptive and the abortive action will have to be there, Your Honor, in a contraceptive.
Now let's go to the life of the mother, which is also protected by the Constitution.
Your Honor.
Equally protected by the Constitution, because we've dealt with the right of the unborn. Now let's go now to the life of the mother. Is it okay to distribute indiscriminately contraceptive pills without close medical supervision?
That's very risky, and you're exposing, Your Honor, not only the life of the unborn, but the life of the mother likewise. Because, again, we cannot close our eyes to extensive scientific findings about the adverse effects of contraceptives, which have been found to be carcinogenic, Your Honor, belonging to group 1 carcinogens, together with asbestos and formaldehyde, Your Honor. So there have been findings which have been widely documented that they increase the risk of breast, liver, and cervical cancer, strokes, thrombosis, heart attack, Your Honor. We cannot, if Your Honor, please close our eyes to these findings, Your Honor, and expose the health of our women and our unborn to these adverse effects.
So the adverse effect of a contraceptive pill may be different from every woman. Not everyone may be safe, can claim to be safe.
Yes,
It will
Your
depend
Honor.
on the physical makeup of
Yes,
the
yes, Your Honor.
woman.
I suppose with any drug, Your Honor, that would be true.
So would you say that contraceptive pills should not be indiscriminately distributed without close medical supervision?
Yes, Your Honor, that is our position. This is very risky when the widespread dissemination and widespread dissemination of and universal access to contraceptives are being mandated under this law, Your Honor. That is really.
I take this seriously because I know that pills are taken daily by a woman.
Yes,
and it may continue for many years during the time that the woman is capable of bearing children.
Yes. They're supposed to be taken daily at a certain time. There's a prescribed method of taking it for it to be effective. But of course, as they say, the typical use is that, depending on lifestyle of women, then sometimes you forget, sometimes you take it on a different time. So this also accounts for the failure of these the drugs, the contraceptives, Your Honor. So, if Your Honor, please, so this will most likely happen when there's widespread dissemination without close supervision of physicians, Your Honor.
I ask this question because, you know, when I go to the grocery to buy chicken and livestock, I always look at the notice there, organically raised, because I'm worried of eating something which has been raised through chemicals and or a natural food, and that I also think about doctors advising us not to take any substance or medicine without medical supervision.
Yes,
so I'd like to find out if the indiscriminate distribution of contraceptive may harm the health of our women.
Definitely, Your Honor, and that's one of that's one of the main reasons why we're objecting to the RH law, Your Honor.
We are protecting the environment from pollution.
Yes.
Would you say that chemicals being ingested by women can also cause pollution of the human body because you are altering the natural?
Of course, Your Honor. You alter the natural rhythm and harmony within the woman's body, Your Honor. And if we take to heart the ruling of the Honorable Court in Oposa versus the ENR, then that's pollution of the environment inside the woman, Your Honor, destroying the natural rhythm and harmony within the woman's body, Your Honor.
If the government will be the supplier of contraceptive pills or medications, what do you think should be the responsibility of the government for any adverse effect that may occur to any woman that will take these contraceptives, which the government will distribute and require every health service provider to distribute to our women?
Well, I would recommend that the government will answer for the medical expenses of anyone who incurs any disease related to taking the contraceptives, Your Honor, because knowing all these adverse effects, if the government still pushes through with the widespread dissemination of all of these contraceptives, knowing the adverse effects and knowing the abortive nature, then that's very serious, Your Honor, and the government will have to be ready to answer for the consequences.
So if one develops cancer or dies out from a stroke brought about by the use of contraceptive pills, should the government be answerable for that?
I would think so, yes, Your Honor, definitely.